I know. You push yourself. You work so hard. You're an overachiever. You have to have everything be at the best, at the top of the ability, or you don't even bother trying. Maybe for you, second place is last place. But none of that is true. For so many of us, the way we found value in childhood was by being achievers. Like if I could get straight A's at school and be, like, oh, a good student there, that would give me, and it does give me, for example, a sense of self that I wasn't getting at home. But the problem is, in some families, only achievement matters. So very narcissistic families, obviously it's all about what it looks like, right? Or we only got rewarded when we did something great. We got the blue ribbon, we got first place. Or it only mattered when we achieved in the area that the parent wanted. But whatever it is, we have learned and we have come to believe that achievement is the only way to feel lovable and worthy and valued. And yeah, it feels pretty good to do well. I'm not suggesting we shouldn't try to do our best at things. But my other side note to that is that when parents say, just do your best, it's like, do you do your best at everything every day? Like, no. Some days you half-ass it and you get through it, and that's what it is. I hate that expression. Well, just do your best. I mean, I believe that, but at the same time, it's like, if that's the standard, always my best, what a setup that is. Like, some days it's just about getting through it and surviving. I'm not suggesting that that stage or that belief system is like the only way to go through life, because we do want to push ourselves. I think it's helpful sometimes. But for someone like me, my problem is not pushing myself. It's cutting myself a break and saying, let it go, Kim. It doesn't really matter that much. No one else cares about this. Or you can do that, but what is the cost to your health, to your relationships, to your sense of self? And really, what is that going to get you, right? How many people do we see who have bazillions of dollars and all the success in the world? And I'm sorry, but like, look around social media. It is a joke. The rehabs, the relationship breaking, the conflict. Yes, life is easier with money. There's no doubt about that. There are certain things that achievement gets you. And I do believe that money gives you access to resources and support that if you don't have, you don't get the same access to. And that can make a big difference. But it's not a straight line between super achievement and well-being and happiness and infinity in terms of like living the greatest life forever. It doesn't work that way. And we all know that. So what is the cost? I want you to identify, if you're willing today, to say, where do I do this? Where do I push myself? Or even maybe you're not a super achiever, but in your mind, the way you have standards set for things are so high that you just don't even bother trying because you know that you can't achieve them. So in that sense, you're kind of like self-sabotaging, right? Identify where you may have this pattern, in what parts of your life, in what relationships, in what roles, whatever it is. And then I want you to write down below that, what is the cost? What price do I pay? And is it worth it? And does it really make me feel loved and valuable? Yes, some things might. Feel free to post those too. But we're talking about the patterns that are existing because in childhood, that is what you thought mattered. And now you have health issues because you're a workaholic. Your marriage fell apart because you didn't prioritize your kids, your spouse, whatever it was. You don't have friendships because you're so busy trying to win all the awards. You can't make time for that, and yet you would like to have that. So for today, I would suggest that you identify, like I keep saying in these videos, one place in your life where you do this and what you're going to do to stop. And while you do that, to remind yourself that that achievement has nothing to do with your value today and the value you had or the value that you lacked feeling in childhood. Because you really are loved and lovable. You are. I know that you often don't feel that way, but you have to do things in your life to show you're lovable. You cannot think your way through it. There's only so much you can say. And this whole series of videos is meant to give little acts of intention to help you do things, to kind of heal your body and life and story from the inside out in terms of your exposure to your difficult traumas and things like that in your life. So feel free to share as always in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.